Yeah. What? Yeah. 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 What? Yeah. 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 What? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, hello, guys. Um, I need to use the old microphone today. I'm sorry for that because when I use my new one, it's so low. A lot of people have been complaining that you can't hear me, and I can't be sitting like this, so I'll just have to go for the old one. Hello, you guys, and welcome back. I had to postpone until today because yesterday was 17th of May, which is our national holiday, our Constitution Day. So, and that is a big deal in Norway. We celebrate that like very, yeah, well, everyone is like walking around and is happy and everything. And even in these times where, things are a bit different, it was nice to have this special celebration. So, it's so nice to see that a lot of you are here like way before it starts. You were even here like half an hour before I went live, and that's so nice. It's nice to see that you're all here and you're greeting each other, and that's so awesome. Hello everyone. Shiro, Einar, Charles, Andrea Miklo, Wendy Lucas. Hello Linda, how are you today? I'm super fine, thank you. It's so nice to see that I'm sort of, I'm starting to, get to know your names here and remembering you from earlier streams, and that's super nice. So, okay, I'm gonna since we only have an hour and I'm always like, oh my God, time flies so fast. So I'm gonna try to stick to the plan. Okay, so before we start, I want to say, as always, welcome to my the TAT chat.
This is the TAT chat with Electric Linda.
It looks like you can hear me better. Okay, just to check now. This is my Rode microphone, which is a brand new microphone and super, super good. It's this one. And this is the built-in microphone. So I need to fix that next time. Okay, so I'm gonna quick see if I thought I saw a question here. It's difficult to like keep up with the chat because sometimes you are like asking a lot at the same time. Yeah, now I can't see it. But anyway, I'm so glad you are here. There's a question from Shiro. We in the third year of art high school have to do a thing called schoolwork alteration. I want to go to a tattoo shop in front of our school. It's an apprenticeship kinda, but I won't tat. I didn't quite understand that question actually, Shiro. I have to do a thing called schoolwork alteration. I want to go to a tattoo shop in front of our school. Okay, so I think I understand. So it's sort of like I spoke to my art teacher and she was happy about that, but she also said that they never let a student doing tattoo related stuff. What can I do? Yeah, I think most tattoo shops maybe don't want to have someone that has no experience in the field at all. So it could be difficult. I know we've had some young kids, coming in to just like hang around for a day to work in the shop where they maybe help out in the reception or stuff like that. So I'm not quite sure how to answer that really. Sorry. Hello, Linda, listening and watching from Chicago, Illinois. Cool. Your opinion about UV tattoo? Okay, that is, what should I say really? In my personal opinion is that why would you put glow-in-the-dark ink inside of your body? It's like, yeah, I would say that. Why would you want to do that? I can't see the art in it. You have to put a UV light in front of it and sort of like turn off all the lights to see what the tattoo is. And I think, yeah, maybe that's a fun thing, but I also think it's sort of a 90s thing that was like cool when the black light came and it was like a new, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's for me I see myself as an adult and I like art. So UV ink, definitely not something I would do myself. Also because I don't think you will get a UV ink that is so healthy for your body. I mean, would you eat it? Would you drink it? I wouldn't put anything in my skin that you couldn't eat. It wasn't that isn't safe. Get it? So, well, that's my personal opinion anyway. Okay, I think we should just get going with my first consultation. Should we do that? Okay, so for the first one is a girl called Amanda, and she asks, "Hi, I would like a full back piece, a woman in an amethyst throne in colors, and all around mythical creatures in black. But I have a side tattoo that comes far in the back, so it would not be centered. Is it possible to make it work anyway? Also, would it be possible to cover the wings tattoo?" Okay, so I'm putting the timer on because I did get an idea of this, and that would be because even though we have I can just remove my microphone because I'm not using it. So, okay, even though she has this awesome looking tattoo on the side here, I'm loving those colors. But what we can do is, let's see here, right layer. I would sort of, okay, no, I'm gonna show you a trick first. Actually, just to fill my whole layer, and then copying this layer, and then putting that layer on top, and then we sort of color the area that we want to tattoo. And that way it's so much easier to just, this is actually what I do most of the time when I'm making a design for anyone. So what I would do is to actually sort of fade a lot. It would be nice to have it lower here in the lower back as well, but I can't see beneath that, so I'm just going to stop here for now. And then this part, I'm going to just fade gradually towards her tattoo here, so that it sort of just blends in softly. I think that's cool when you do that. So imagine we were like to just cover her whole back with a red, ink. This is sort of how that would look like. So, and then, because now I can delete this, so I can see, it's just to have the area visually. And I was thinking to, insert a photo, and I have done my little research here, and I wanted to show you this photo. I know that you said amethyst throne, and that's something we could work on, but since we have so little time to just like do something, I would just find a cool woman in a cool throne with a cool pose and a cool face and everything. We can change everything. It's just to have her as a reference, So, and because it would be cool if it was like super symmetrical. Since it's a back piece, you can have a really symmetrical, balanced thing. But since we have this thing on the side, we need to make the tattoo, diagonal in a way, and it will look much nicer. So I would sort of like put her there in a way, I think, just to make this throne. And then we could, like this layer, we can actually, I'm going to do a copy of this, and to show you, we can also do another way to do this is to, let's see, I'm not like super, okay, almost, okay, I'm marking spaces like next to her tattoo. Something like this. Up. Okay, and then I'm just going to erase in that area. So then you could see what another way would be. And that is to sort of make the tattoo like all the way and connect it with the other one like that. Okay, not like we need to sort of fine tune everything here, but you get what I'm saying. So it could be something like this, and then you just tattoo the new tattoo so close to the old tattoo so they sort of just like connect together. Or you can sort of make more like air between them. So that's You just have to see what you sort of prefer. Kenzie B, I'm a member, and how do I get a portrait? Sorry if you didn't get information. Just send me an email, post@electriclinda.com, and just say member portrait, because then I remember that you're a member. But just send me an email with a photo of you that you like, and you'll get the portrait. Okay. So, yeah. But I guess I'm thinking that this actually looks cooler when it is like this. I think, yes. But as I said, when we use like a big reference photo like this, then we can, start making our own thing out of it. Because we can just sort of draw. No, where am I? Here. Okay. Because you see, the thing is here, she's going to end up in the old tattoo there. And that's what I like about making these layers, because this photograph that I just put in there, you can move it around however you want. So I see that, okay, but we can't put her face in the middle of the wing tattoo. So we need to move it around. We can't put a face in that area at all, because she's going to be like heavily tattooed in her face. So yeah, we have to sort of we could make her face here. That could also be cool, but then we need to sort of add something in the top there to make it more like a majestic thing. She was talking about mythical creatures. It could be all of those creatures with, the sort of almost like a ghosty vibe, like they are surrounding her in a way. That could be cool. So yeah, and as I said, this is only a quick reference photo to just get an idea of what could be cool and what pose she would like in anything. And then you can sort of, out of this, maybe sketch your own idea. Maybe she wants her to have black hair to sort of, fly. And that will also cover a lot of the old tattoo much more. And I'm not sure just what kind of throne she wanted, but that's something that, when you go to a consultation with a tattoo artist, and I know that this is so much easier because you just send me a photo of your tattoo and I do sort of anything that I want. It's my little luxury here. But if you go to a tattoo artist for a consultation, it's nice to have reference photos of what you would like to get, what you're, if you want a woman in a throne, then you need to show photos of that, of a typical throne that you want, that kind of throne, that kind of woman, what kind of pose, what do you want her to wear, what about her hair, what's in the background, is it daylight, is it nighttime, is it a landscape? So there are many things that the more you bring to the tattoo artist to show what you want, the easier it is for the tattoo artist, and the closer you will get to your dream tattoo. So that's like super important. Yeah, I'm not gonna like make this, but this is a fast way to sort of like use a reference photo, and then you can sort of adjust and make anything out of it. We could change her dress, we can change her features in the face, we can change the throne, the hair, the background, anything. We can add stuff in the front or in the back. So that's sort of a quick idea that I would start. Nej, nummer 4. So that was that one. Putting the timer away. Main. Still like trying to get the hang of these buttons and everything. Everything. Yes, so I hope you liked that one. It was just to like show another way to sort of do these designs. This is more like the way I do it all the time. I use photographs and I pull them into the design, and then I sort of warp them together, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, a question. Is the forearm an okay place for a first tattoo? I've got a high pain tolerance. The forearm, I would guess that's here. I mean, the arm in general is a very nice and common place to get tattooed, and it's usually not that bad. I would say the worst places on an arm is this, on the elbow, the tip, very tip of the elbow. And I would say here, because this is more of a sensitive area. And then, of course, here. That's always a bad spot to get tattooed. So this and this and this. Those three places are the worst on the whole arm, I guess. And then sort of, I don't think it's a very nice in here in the armpit either. I don't have tattoos here yet. And because of that main reason, I think it's going to hurt like hell. So we'll see if I want to do that later. But yeah, as a first tattoo, anything on an arm basically is okay. Question. Do you feel that you are judged a certain way because of your tattoos? That is such a good question. Because I don't know, it's sort of my main goal in my career is to help minimize tattoo prejudice, because I feel like there are so many people still judging tattooed people, and it really bothers me because for me, tattoos has always been just art. It's a way to express yourself. It's a way to sort of show your personality, like a hair color or makeup or clothing or jewelry. It's another way of sort of just putting your personality out there and showing who you are, but it's more like an art form. So, and I think before I started tattooing, I wasn't even sort of interested in tattoos, but I was an artist. I was drawing and painting and everything. And then suddenly my mom said, you should be a tattoo artist, because I was drawing on the table. And I was sort of tattooing the furniture. But I didn't have interest of that before I actually went in there to my mentor, asked for an apprenticeship, and I got the apprenticeship, and I started working the next day. And I fell in love with tattoos. And I just got so many tattoos in a short time. And so, yeah, I think a lot of people are still judging tattooed people, and I think it's so, yeah, I think it's a shame. I really want to work, with sort of helping the world and helping tattoo. I don't know. It's a big thing, but yeah, there are a lot less prejudice now than there were like 20 years ago, of course, because of Miami Ink and all of these TV shows, and now being a tattoo artist is like being a rock star and everything. And I think that's sort of weird that it's gone this direction in a way. But there are still many people that won't hire a person because of a tattoo or visible tattoos. And yeah, I think that's just, I don't know. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Time is running fast, so we need to get to the next consultation. And the next one is Dylan. So Dylan says, how would you cover up my tattoo without making a strictly lower back tattoo or a busy and full back piece? I was thinking some sort of a leafless tree with as much open space as possible. Could that work? And I would say, yes, it sounds like a great idea. Me personally, I'm not like super good at drawing trees. I think it's almost like drawing a rose, or it's like you need to do it many times to like get in that zone and like really understand how it works. But I did do some research, and I'm putting okay, wrong buttons. I'm gonna insert a photo again. Sorry, all of these baby photos here, and I found a tree. I'm gonna cheat again because that's what I do. I'm a copying artist, but I'm making it my way. I never copy something like straight off the image. But this is sort of what my idea was. And I would say if we, let's see here. Yeah, if we just put this one darker and then we play around with the saturation here. Da, da, da. And then we can actually play even more with it and use liquify. We can warp it in a way. That's pretty cool. Because now we can push. Okay, first of all, I need to make this even bigger. Like, I'm not sure though. Okay. Yeah, that way. Okay, I think we're into something here. And then, no, liquify and bigger, and then we can sort of just like pull and shape this as we want. It would be cool to drag this and sort of, it's always nice to exaggerate as well. So because we don't want this to be like very, it needs to be alive in a way, like the whole movement of the tree needs to be alive, even though it's a dead tree. It needs to be very, I like it when it's what do you call it? Yeah, it's Dylan Duncan. But yeah, it has to be sort of very vivid, or whatever word is most appropriate here. But this is sort of how I would shape it first, and then I would just like play around with it more, and maybe we could add any, but I don't think he wanted a background or anything. So, and we can make it even more airy in a way by just removing areas, especially here on the side. We don't need this. We could remove here, and we can just let it sort of fade out into nothing. And we could even fade, because when it's foggy, you can only see the stuff that is close to you, right? And the further away it's from you, the more foggy it is, so you can't see it. So it would be sort of cool to just make these areas that are further away, like the tree, like this, the top branch there, it could be like almost gone, just to like make it look like it's fog here. And don't mind these Shutterstock. As I said, we are making our own version out of this. And then when we're tattooing it, it's going to be also a little bit different, because then that's when we're drawing. You know what I mean? So this is just like a photo reference, and then we're actually drawing it. I'm sorry, it's weird to keep up with this, but Dylan is here. So what do you think, Dylan? Do you think I'm onto something here? I think this could be cool. And then, I mean, if you would like want more, you could build a background like it could be almost like an adventurous nature environment, you know, like a landscape, or it could be more like a dreamy illusionist thing with maybe stairs and checker, like almost like an Alice in Wonderland theme with weird like flowers with faces, or it could be so many things. But yeah, I think this could be cool though. Yeah, I'm glad you like this, because this in the lower back here, that's going to be easy to cover anyway. Right now you can see it, you know, you can see the old tattoo, but then you just make that area darker. We can do that now, I guess, just to like make it look, because then I'll use black, and then just carefully, no, I'm not used to these brushes. We can almost like work in a pattern here that is, it needs to grow in a way, it needs to make our eye not focus on what was beneath it, you know? And so by doing something like this, and then of course, not sure about all of these ways too. If we need to make it norm, oh, because it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna just use that one instead, and then make this go away. Okay, but you understand what I'm doing here anyway, I think. Was very afraid that it would end up being too full or busy or too much a lower back tattoo, so thank you for giving me hope. Well, you're welcome. I mean, there's always hope, in my opinion. It's all about finding an artist that understands what you're saying, you know? But I think as long as you also know what you want and you can describe what you want, it's actually no problem at all. We can just remove these Shutterstock things. Don't tell them. Yeah, but I think this is so much fun to just like use the photo, put it where you want the tattoo, and then you make your own version out of it. I didn't sort of make that much of my version out of it just yet, but you know what I'm saying. Now you have the potential to like do whatever you want with it. You could also maybe add a certain, maybe one branch has flowers growing on it or something, or maybe we have an animal somewhere, so that, because this could also maybe look a little bit boring if it's just, I don't know, it could be boring if you just have this. So it would be nice to have something here that just makes this more interesting. And that could be anything, but that's up to you to sort of like think, do you have a power animal? Do you have a favorite animal? Do you have a favorite sort of place in the world? Maybe we could have, if not a nature landscape, it could be a city skyline in the background. It could be anything. And it doesn't have to be really big and really massive. It can also be, just being there softly in the background, so the tattoo can still be sort of airy and not that massive in a way. So yeah, that was this one. I hope I got you some inspiration. Okay, I think we're good with time, almost. I do have one more. Let's do a question from Wendy Lucas. Let's see here. Do you find it to be disrespectful to have another artist include color into the last artist's work? First artist told me he does all color or no color at all. Okay. Well, my mentor and many other tattooers that I know around, they are very sort of old-fashioned when it comes to tattoos and like placements, and almost like they have an ownership not only for the tattoo that they have done, but sort of actually of your, let's say they tattoo your arm, they feel like they sort of own your arm. So, and this, I think this is sort of from an old sort of biker's mentality, like a very territorial way of thinking. And I think these days, more and more artists are not like that. So I would say you are getting a tattoo. It's your tattoo. And if you were to get a tattoo and then suddenly one day you're like, oh my God, I want to, make this blue instead of green or whatever. You want to change something. You want to cover it up. You want to add something to a tattoo. You want to build on it and make it bigger, or, anything you want to do with your body. I mean, it's your decision, and it shouldn't be disrespectful at all. I would say it more like if you're paying a lot of money to go to a really good artist and they do a piece of art that you really enjoy. I mean, you're paying for it anyway. So I think chances are that you don't want to change it in the future because you sort of respect that artist and the artist's work. But if you do feel like changing it, then, I mean, it is your body and your tattoos and your money. So why not? Nobody else owns your body and body parts and tattoos. So yeah, that's don't think about being disrespectful. No, just do whatever you want, really. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, you should always do what you want. Okay, I need to go to the third consultation now. And this time I didn't, I actually wanted to go back to an old one we've already had because she was so thankful and she wrote me a very nice email and asked me if I could, actually asked if she could like pay me for this service to like help her out even more. But I told her that I'll do it here because I really want to show this, because this is a cool thing to show you. And that is Amanda's piece, if you remember from an earlier episode. This is the tattoo that she had, and I very quickly just said that I wanted to add colors, shaping her face a little bit. So she asked me if what would you do with the face? Because I told you in this episode that I wanted to sort of make her face look more realistic, because this tattoo can be really, really cool if she just gets a little nicer face, because the proportions are not right here. So that's what I'm going to do now. So this is the last consultation, putting a timer on, and I've tried to prepare again with finding one photo. So, and again, I'm inserting a photo, and oh, the selfies and everything here. And I thought this is a nice face. This might even be someone people know. I don't know. I don't really look at that in a way. I just think that this was a nice photo to use because the angle of the face is sort of just the way I want it to be. So first of all, this photo is just to help me quickly know what's wrong with the other photo, you know? So, okay, copy, paste, and then we delete that one, and now we have a face floating around. And I'm gonna do multiply, I think, just to like, we're gonna have it see through in a way. And you see, I'm just gonna try to place her face perfectly here. I know that this face that she had from before isn't, it's probably not meant to be super realistic, but I just want it to be a little bit more believable, you know? It needs to look more like a beautiful face. I don't think this is, it deserves a little bit more. So that you see now, it's easier to see what's wrong with it. Her eye is too big. Her mouth is too short and pulled to the side. Her nose is way too long and narrow. So it's like a very low and long and narrow. So we could change her face into something like this. I'm saying it is possible. But then again, when you do this, you will see that you can still see the lines from her old nose, the lines from her old mouth. So that's something that you would sort of have to make maybe 2 sessions just to like make sure that this won't show that much when it's healed. But the eye, I don't think that's going to be a challenge at all, really. It's going to look very nice. So when I do like fix-ups like this, I can either just go in here and sort of just start drawing what I think would look nicer. That is sort of the easier way, the faster way, but then again, it might not give the best result, but it will be sort of a good quick fix. But I would actually rather just put on a new stencil, like a little stencil, or to just like see, like here, I can see that her, where her mouth is supposed to be, or the size of the nose and the placement. So it's easier to sort of place it where it should be placed. So that's what I would do, actually. I would just, and to help you see what more we could do, because we don't have to change this area at all. We don't have to put anything here, and the hat is here, the hair, and more of the hair up there. And we have this sort of goggle thing. That could look kind of cool. Even though the head is too big for the body and all that, but that's just fun. That's just a fun, cool way. But yeah, I just put another face on top of her face, and it looks so much better. Yes, you're still seeing the old lines of the nose and the mouth, but by doing 2 sessions, or maybe even going in for a third, just for those 5-minute touch-ups, and just like really making sure that you sort of have to, I'm gonna see if I can, because if you do those places a little bit darker, so we can sort of darken a lot of her face here. Let's try. I don't want to do that too much because then she'll look dirty in a way. But yeah, they're making shades behind her and below the hat, because when you wear a hat, you'll get a little shadow. That's totally natural. So when we sort of exaggerate the nose here even more, and we need to use black actually just to like make sure that we're covering it. We're making her lips darker. Just exaggerating those parts. And then with a darker brown like that, maybe we can sort of, and as I said, this is not going to be done with the first session. It needs several sessions to really make this go away. Well, yeah, that's what I would do. I'm not going to sort of, I don't think I need to work more on this, but you get what I'm saying, that you can actually just put a new face on it. And, oh, there are so many, cool stuff, so much you can do. I could probably, but this is like, I could probably work on this for hours as well, because there are so many cool details here, like making the goggles more realistic and having a volume, and look, seeing glass and metal, and you see these clockwork things, the feather, everything here, the details can be so much better. But as I said, this is just to like show you that you can. We're gonna merge. Yeah. This was her face, and this is what I would do. Really. And it's not impossible. It's just you need sessions and patience to work on to work on this, but it's not impossible at all. So yeah, that's what I would do. I hope you got some insights. Oh, that's you, Amanda, right? Is it? The fact that it's possible is wonderful. Now I need to see if the same artist can do it or find someone else who can do all those elements. I would say with this as, I mean, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't go to this tattoo artist. I don't think that this tattoo artist that made this face, I might be like very offensive here or anything, but a tattoo artist that made this face will not be able to make this face. I'm just saying. So, honestly, find a tattoo artist. I mean, look really, be super skeptic and look through their portfolio and really, really figure out if they can do like realistic work and nice faces. So yeah, that was that one, and I didn't have a giveaway today this time. I will do that next time because I've just been so busy this week, and I'm gonna be busy the next week too, and so I don't want to promise anything. But I do have news for you. I have a guest next week, and I'm actually super nervous. I'm super nervous because this guest that I'm having, I can't understand that I actually had sort of the nerve to ask him, but where is he? Now I can't find his Instagram. Oh, there it is. But I asked for a guest, and he said, I'm down. And that is a man called Boog. So Boog, he tattooed electric here on me that like 10 years ago. He's been tattooing for so many years. He made so many like nice Chicano drawings. He's famous for these letterings and drawings in this Chicano style. Yeah, this is what he does, and he's such a nice, super nice guy. And I met him in LA in a convention there. So, and he agreed to be a guest, and I sort of don't really know how to, because I never had a guest before. I don't do talk shows, I'm a tattoo artist. I just started doing these little chats with you guys. So to have a guest, it's sort of going to be a little bit intimidating in a way, but I think that's going to be so much fun. So during this week, I'm going to start collecting questions from you guys so that you can ask Boog any question if you have any. But yeah, if you want to check him out on Instagram, it's Boogstar, as you can see. So that's going to be amazing. Yeah, so I'm going to collect questions from you next week just to like have something when he comes on. I think we're probably going to use this Skype thing. I just hope that will work, technically, like get everything to work. I think it's going to be great, and thank you for supporting me and telling me that it's going to be fine. Okay, I'll do one more question from Michael. Good questions today, Michael, I must say. If you get a tattoo in your 20s, how will it look in your 60s and 70s? my theory is, because I've seen so many nice, cool photographs of older people that has tattoos, they actually don't have that many wrinkles on those placements where you have tattoos. So my little theory is, and you also know, have you seen that derma roller? You know that rolling thing with a lot of small needles that you roll in your face? What does it do? Well, it penetrates your skin exactly like a tattoo machine or needle would do. And it renews your skin by doing that, because it's like puncturing small holes to make your skin renew itself. So, I mean, why wouldn't a tattoo process also renew your skin in a way? So my little theory is that those areas that you have a lot of tattoos, you have ink inside of the skin, I don't think you will get that much wrinkles there as other places. I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. I'm not like a specialist on this area, but that's sort of my little personal theory. And when it comes to like tattoos in your 20s, how would they look when you're older? Awesome, I would say. They will sort of show your history. And I love when you can see that a tattoo is old. Every tattoo does not need to look super fresh when you're older. I mean, it would just look like you had them done yesterday, and you wouldn't have that charm, that history. So tattoos are awesome no matter what age. I think they will sort of just look even better when they're older. Even though technically they're not as fresh and sharp and everything, but it will be so much more like charm in a way. So yeah, that's my opinion. But yeah, that's it for today. That was 1 hour. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm just looking at a question from Shiro. Would like us to send our drawings and you rate them. Tell us what to improve. If you're asking as an artist, like you want me to sort of critique or something to educate you in a way, I do have that. I'm working on stuff like that on my Ink Mentor. I forgot to tell you about that. Check out inkmentor.com. You'll come into a page on my website. That's where I'm sort of in the process of building a sort of an educating platform for artists, tattoo artists. So I would love for you to go and check it out. And in the bottom there, you can add your own questions. So that helps me to build it even more. I'm working on like online classes, email courses. I'm working on 2 ebooks at the moment. I'm like so stoked on this. It's like I need to take a chill pill, as my daughter said. So I need to sort of like calm down. But I love working like this, working hard with projects. It's like my little curse. But check out inkmentor.com. Okay? Thank you. Great to have you here, and thanks for being awesome and chatting with me. And I'll see you this Sunday, only 6 days from now. Okay? See you. Bye-bye.
This is the TAT Chat with Electric Linda.